I just had my first experience of living the 9 to 5 lifestyle for the past month because I work part time, but I got placed in shifts every day, and I didn't have a necessary reason to really, you know, tell them not to do that because I needed money and I'm not too worried at uni right now. So I took those shifts and it was a lot of hours. It wasn't even completely like the full-time hours, but it was like 35 or something, very, very close. But basically I had to get up every day and had 2 days off in between. They weren't even on weekends, it was just any 2 days of the week, but it was pretty much close to 35, around 35 hours every week. And then after experiencing that, the biggest takeaway is I respect the hell out of people who can continue maintaining this lifestyle. Um, in the sense that it is so much tougher than I thought as a kid because it's it doesn't just take away your time. It's not just 38.5 hours or near 40 hours a week. There's like over 100 hours in a whole week, but it somehow seems like it takes up every hour. It somehow seems like 80 hours instead of 40. And that's just, I really did not expect this when I was coming into this. I thought I could wake up, get something done, go to my shift, come back at 6, around 6, do more stuff, do my own stuff. But the reality is so different. I, I'll have a shift maybe 9 to 5, the average, and I'll wake up right at 8:30 or 8:20, right before I need to get to work. I really can't wake up before. It feels like nothing can be done before I get to work. I just wake up on time exactly for work. I drive there. That takes around 30 minutes. Um, and then do the shift and then come back. There's traffic. There's heavy traffic near the place I work because it's near the city. And then that makes me take an hour to get home. I'm just sitting in the car, not like really thinking much. I'm just wanting to get home, and I'm just sitting in the car behind the wheel, literally falling asleep because you know it's there's something about being behind the wheel, slowly lifting a pedal up and down to slowly get through that traffic that makes it so makes you just want to fall asleep so badly. And then when I do get home, I'm just so tired. Like the job I work, I don't even hate it. Like God forbid those that work jobs that they hate as well. Like the one I literally enjoy my work. Like I'm not massively passionate about it, but I don't mind it. I kind of get into this flow state where I'm just serving customers and it's no troubles really. My kind of job is I work at a retail store for selling like Wi-Fi and phone plans, things like that. And it's chill. I get to know the customers and things like that. But no matter how the day goes, maybe I did have good interaction, I did have good conversations, or if it was just dead, there was no customers who came in, I was just sitting around. No matter what I allocated my energy to, when I get back home, I'm just so finished. I'm just on the bed, lying there, face planted there, just I cannot move my body. And this, I'm not sure what it is. It might be the energy, it might be the uniform because I'm just feeling like, my energy is just being taken away. It's being drained. I don't know what it is about it, but I take off my clothes. I just, you know, lie on the bed and I just cannot move a single muscle. But that was like my first week. I thought, I might get used to it. The second week will get better, but it doesn't get better. Every day just goes by faster and faster. I'm waking up, it's an 8-hour shift, but it really takes out like 14 plus hours somehow because once I get home, I cannot really it's so hard. It's so hard to force myself to get up and continue working on something, like a hobby or whatever it is, because currently I'm living alone, and coming back, it's like you gotta now wash the clothes, now you gotta cook your food, you gotta go gym. So many chores, so many things to do. And it really hit me like a truck. How little time and freedom you have once you work that job as an adult, once you work a 9 to 5. And I'm just so curious, like how do you guys do it? Like how do you continue going on for those who work a 9 to 5? How do you, just you know, thug it out and continue doing it? For me, it feels like those 2 days off. It doesn't feel like anything. It just goes by so quickly, and then I'm back at work. I'm back in that cycle, and it goes by really fast. Sometimes it might go by slow, but most of the time it goes by fast, which is might be a good thing. It's a pretty good thing actually. But still, once I get home, dude, it just goes by so quickly. I cannot get anything done. It's probably my discipline, honestly, but I just I just cannot. I have no energy left at all. And that was my lifestyle for that past month. I've recently asked for less shifts because I want to focus more on uni. I want to really think about my life because in that time, I'm just so distracted because at like lunch or even after work, any free time I got, I just pulled out my phone. I just scrolled on TikTok like a dumbass because I just hated it. I hated not having this freedom. I hated being constrained in this small shop and then not having that freedom to walk much anywhere else. I just have to be there for that 8 hours, go back home, come back again, drive this long ass like road where there's traffic, so much traffic. Usually it would take 15 minutes, but it just somehow goes to an hour plus because of the traffic. It's so bad here. But it's such a hard lifestyle to get out of because once I got home, I just wanted to relax. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to work on any personal projects. I just wanted to, what I did? I just opened up like a game. I opened up League of Legends. I just started a queue because I just didn't want to think about anything else in my life. I just wanted to finally grab that time for myself and just do something for myself. Have some fun, have some, easy dopamine in my brain. I didn't want to think about anything else. I didn't want to really use my brain anymore. I just wanted to be so brain dead while playing a game, just like a kid on an iPad just staring into nothingness. I wasn't surviving. No, I wasn't living. I mean, I was just surviving every day. And I really, really respect those people who can do this. I'm not sure if you love that lifestyle. There's very few people who love their job, but um, if you're just enduring it, for your family or for kids, some people have kids already. It's like you really can't do anything because like I hate being the person who says there's no solution to a problem because there's always a solution. I want to be optimistic, but when I was living that lifestyle, I really felt like if I had kids and a wife right now, I would literally just be stuck in this for until at least my kids graduate or grow up. But by that time, I'm like old. I don't want to. I'm not too ambitious. After that, and you're just stuck in this like somewhat comforting cycle because you're like you're just be doing the bare minimum to survive, and it's tough. But what's tougher is being out of a job, and what's tougher is not knowing, having so much time on the opposite end of the spectrum. You have so much time where you don't know what to do with it, and that's what it was like being unemployed before then. But then when you're employed now, it's like now you got no time at all, and you're just getting by. You're just getting by, and it's somewhat comforting because you do get paid the money, and it's hard to let that go again. But I don't know. Right now in my situation, this money it gets taken by tax, it gets taken by bills anyway, rent, whatever. It's like it's in this cycle where I'm I'm making money, but it's just enough to pay the bills. So I don't really get much for myself to save anyway. Like, I'm really thinking, is it just better to, sometimes I'm thinking, is it better just to quit, go all in on going back home, living with parents, and then just going all in on some personal project, something ambitious rather than just surviving in this lifestyle, because anything was better than that. It can, like 50 years can easily go by within this cycle where I'm just, getting paid and then paying that money to my landlord and then getting paid. Cycle continues and continues. Things get more expensive. I can't afford things. I finance things on, put things on finance, but then the interest, it's a generational debt cycle and it's just impossible to get out of. And that's coming from someone who literally worked a month, and I didn't even hate my job. I just hated these chains that were put on me. And I'm not that guy who's like, oh, 9 to 5 matrix. I used to kind of be like in that mindset, but now I know 9 to 5, it's in of itself, it's not bad, because people do have work they enjoy, and also it is, not everyone's ambitious, not everyone wants to seek higher purpose. They think, a lot of people, 9 to 5 is enough for them. That's fine. Like, that's fine. But also because the world runs on the 9 to 5 right now. Like, the reason you're able to take the bus to somewhere, the reason you're able to order food, buy food, the reason why things get stocked and things just operate, things just function, and why the world is progressing so fast is because of the 9 to 5. Like, people are working long hours, people are working hard every day. But it just sucks when it's on something that you don't like. It sucks when it's something that is draining, so draining, and you feel like you have something else you need to do, and that you weren't, built for this. You can't see yourself here for 20 years. But honestly, everyone shits on the 9 to 5, but you can't really name something different or better because the economy runs on it, society runs on it. 9 to 5s are necessary because it's just work. People need to work. People need to operate shops. People need to run, manufacture things and provide stock. So it's really up to you, personal preference. Like, I've experienced this for a few months now, and it has given me the money to do things I like, but slowly I'm going to be reducing my shifts and then really focusing on what, thinking in boredom, in complete silence. I want to take myself in a situation, put myself in that situation where I can just really, really dig deep on what I really want from life. Like, obviously, I'm not fulfilled doing this, but um, I will need to get prepared for the sacrifices I need to make in order to eventually build the life I want out of this. But yeah, my message to everyone is, if you're working hard at that 9 to 5, really think, are you doing it because you genuinely enjoy it? You think it progresses your career? Or are you doing it because you want to numb that pain? You want to stay in this comforting cycle where you can say you're doing something, but actually you're just delaying the inevitable, the thing that can't be ignored forever, which is your purpose, if it's actually something fulfilling to you. But yeah, that's all for today, and thanks for watching.